Kim Taehyung, better known as V of BTS, is now under the spotlight, not because of his artistry, not because of his stage charisma, but for something far more terrifying. He has become the target of a crime. This news didn't come from a journalist report or an official company statement. It came from someone who has rarely ever spoken about internal issues, Jungkook. In a live broadcast that lasted only 11 minutes, Jungkook sent a signal powerful enough to shake the foundations of the K-pop world. T started as an ordinary night for BTS fans. But everything changed when a notification popped up on weverse. Jungkook live. No music.
No jokes. No smile.
Just a blank stare and a voice on the verge of breaking. I know I shouldn't be talking, but I can't take it anymore. For years, Jungkook has been known as calm, introverted, and always professional. But that night, he couldn't hide his frustration. Sentence by sentence poured out, with long pauses between his heavy breaths. Dang, he's in danger. You don't know how serious this is. What did he mean by danger? A source from the military community reported a security breach at one of the high-security military training facilities. An unidentified individual allegedly attempted to trespass into a restricted area. The target, Kim Taehyung. Although there has been no official confirmation from the military, leaked information claimed that V was placed under a potential high-threat status for several days following the incident. Surveillance cameras briefly captured someone in civilian clothing near the barracks where V was stationed. The identity of the individual is still under investigation. HYBE, the agency behind BTS, released a brief statement. We are cooperating with the authorities and leaving all investigation procedures to the military. However, fans felt the statement was too flat, too cold, and the most painful part, it didn't mention V's name at all. Jungkook isn't the type to speak out without a reason. When he finally did, it was because something had reached the tipping point. An internal source from a South Korean media outlet claimed Jungkook had requested that management provide clarity to the public regarding V's situation. But his request was denied, and he was told to stay calm, for the sake of the group's image. And that's when everything changed. V isn't just a BTS member. He's my brother. If anything happens to him, I won't just sit and do nothing, Jungkook said during his live stream. When those words came out, millions of ARMY hearts shattered at once. This was no longer about fandom. It was about humanity, about someone trying to protect his brother, even if it meant going against the system. The biggest question right now, who would want to harm V? There are three main theories circulating. 1. Dangerous fanatics. V has often been the target of stalkers. Even before his military service, he faced suspicious incidents like being followed at restaurants and receiving unknown packages at his home. 2. Dark industry rivalries. V is known for speaking out about social issues and idols' mental health. Some believe he's become too vocal and is now seen as a threat to certain powerful entities. 3. Internal cleansing. This one is the most disturbing. Some speculate there are forces within the entertainment industry attempting to eliminate influential figures who might spark change. V is one of the few artists unafraid to talk about taboo topics in the industry. V hasn't made a public statement, but ARMY noticed one thing. He uploaded a pitch-black photo to Instagram with no caption. In visual arts, black symbolizes mourning, tension, and protest. The message is clear. Something is happening, and he chooses silence. Not out of fear, but strategy. An international petition demanding better legal protection for South Korean artists was launched and quickly surpassed 3 million signatures. CNN, BBC, and Reuters picked up the story. This issue is no longer just about celebrities, it's about safety and human rights. Jungkook ended his live broadcast with words that still echo in people's minds. This is just the beginning, and I will make sure you know the truth. That line was seen as a declaration of resistance. Some believe Jungkook is preparing a personal project, perhaps a documentary or a public statement. Whatever it is, he's signaling that a major revelation is coming. Whatever is happening behind the scenes, one thing is certain. The bond between BTS members is not just a marketing gimmick. Jungkook and V have shown that their connection goes beyond fame, beyond business, beyond the system. When a friend is in danger, and the world chooses silence, one voice can change everything. And this time that voice belongs to Jungkook. Is it true that BTS V was targeted in a crime? Or is this all just sensationalism? Are we witnessing a horrifying reality behind the scenes of the Korean entertainment industry? Or simply falling for a narrative too perfect not to go viral? In the past few days, the world has been shaken by one emotional live broadcast. Jungkook of BTS crying, frustrated, and revealing that his groupmate V is in danger. Since then, the media, fans, and industry observers have built theory after theory, trying to understand what's really going on. But amid the emotional wave in support, one big question now rises. Is all of this real? Or are we trapped in a story crafted to capture the world's attention? Let's clarify. As of this writing, there has been no official statement from the military confirming that taehyung, BTS V, was the target of a crime. No police report. No public investigation announced. Even HYBE released only a vague statement. We leave the investigation to the military authorities. So where did all this panic start? From one emotional livestream by Jungkook, filled with half-complete statements and an expression that triggered global sympathy. From there, the narrative was born. V was attacked, Jungkook is furious, and a bigger conspiracy is brewing. But is all of that enough as evidence? Because BTS isn't just a music group. They are global icons, symbols of hope, courage, and loyalty to millions. So when one of them appears vulnerable and hints at danger, the public's first reaction isn't skepticism, it's empathy. But in an era where emotion can be capitalized and stories manipulated, can we still believe everything without question? Imagine if 2 months from now there's no confirmation, no official investigation, and V appears healthy as ever. Would we feel deceived? More importantly, what are the consequences of spreading such narratives without solid evidence? Or Jungkook's credibility might be questioned. BTS's image as drama-free could be tarnished. Or worst of all, the public may lose trust in real issues happening in the entertainment industry. And on the flip side, what if this is all real? What if there truly is an attempt to silence V, and Jungkook is the only one brave enough to speak out? What if our skepticism makes us complicit in a system that continues to silence victims? That's the real dilemma. In this age of information, we sometimes don't know whether to believe or question, and often we choose what best aligns with our emotions, not logic. Now the question is, what do you believe? Or do you believe V of BTS is truly a target of crime? Or do you think this is part of a media game, a management strategy, or even an emotional illusion? Or do you think Jungkook is really trying to save his friend? Or is he being used as the emotional face of a sensational campaign? As fans, observers, or even just casual music listeners, we have the right to know the truth. But we also have a responsibility, not to be easily provoked and to think critically. The world is already too loud with baseless emotions. Maybe the most important voice is the one that asks, what's really going on?